What's happening, everybody? Matt here, but you can call me Matub, and welcome to Hottest Take of the Week, show where I look at the hot takes for the week, and sometimes I make fun of them, sometimes I add my own insight. Now, last week we saw the Packers take on the Seahawks in what was an absolute rout, just a massacre. I don't think anyone saw that game coming. Russell Wilson threw 5 picks. Aaron Rodgers played out of his mind. His finishing passer rating, I think, was 150.3 or something like that. It was just bananas. I don't think anyone expected that to happen, and so that provided quite a few scorchers this week. The first take of the week, we will actually be looking at Acme Packing Company's own JBH. Jason said that the Packers are finally looking like the 2014 offense that led the league in scoring. I think that might be a little soon. The Packers picking up a little bit of momentum, as he mentioned. Yes, they put up quite a few points on the Seahawks, but I want to see some consistency out of the team before I will crown them as the 2014 offense that was 5 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl. The second take is coming from quite a few sources, and in fact, the Acme Podcasting Company was thinking about making it their Game of Groans candidate for the week, as it seems this is the take that everyone has. That famous phrase, the Packers are a team that no one wants to face in the playoffs. Well, what do you mean no one wants to face a good team in the playoffs? Everyone wants to face a bad team in the playoffs. I can't stand this narrative, and literally, if you search for this on Twitter, you will find droves of people talking about it. You can't get away from it. In fact, NFL.com had the Packers screaming up their power rankings, and they even used the phrase, this is a team no one wants to play in the playoffs. You would think from a official NFL outlet they would refrain from such hotness of takes, but apparently no one is above it. And for the absolute hottest take of the week comes from Mike Freeman, who said that Jordy Nelson is the most underrated player in all of professional sports. Wow! That is a bold statement. This is also, we're talking about a guy who has his own friggin' breakfast cereal. How is Jordy underrated? He's White Lightning. Acme Packing Company has a shirt about him. Everyone knows him. Around the league, he's often considered a top 5 wide receiver, and this year he's not even up to full speed. In fact, Jordy isn't even the most underrated player on the Packers. That title has to go to Mike Daniels. Diesel is far and away the best player on the defense, and how often is a defensive lineman featured as the best player on the team? You have J.J. Watt. Most people are going to be edge rushers that are considered the best player on the defense, or a shutdown corner. An interior lineman doesn't usually get the national recognition that they deserve. Let's also talk about other sports. Look at the Milwaukee Bucks. You've got Giannis Constantinople, whatever the Greek kid. I personally don't follow basketball, but this is a guy who's drawn comparisons to LeBron James from Milwaukee Bucks fans, and he isn't exactly known around the league as a true MVP or GOAT or whatever you want to talk about. Also, if you were to look at baseball, you can quote just about any Brewers fan and say that Ricky Weeks is the most underrated player in all of baseball, so there's a good chance he could be the most underrated player in all of sports. So with that said, Mike Freeman hit us with an absolute scorcher. Once again, in the same vein as last week, it's not talking about benching Aaron Rodgers or anything absolutely crazy. It is a take. It is hot. This is a good old-fashioned hot take. So I'm going to give this a 4, or Donald Driver's Hall of Fame smile. Alright guys, that's it for me this week, and sadly there won't be another video next week. I have a family situation I have to take care of, and then the week after that, I will actually be in Green Bay to personally witness the Packers take on the Vikings. If you're at the game, hit me up on Twitter, let me know, maybe we can meet up, do a little something. But that is it for me until the beginning of next year, and hopefully I will be talking about hot takes of the Packers whooping on the Lions to win the North. Gotta stay hopeful, guys. Alright, I'm Matt, but you can call me Matub. You have a great week.